And we are back as all of our drivers are getting ready for the second round of racing today. 15 minutes of racing in front of us, and there we have the top 10 already formed. It's interesting. We have some new drivers in that top 10 today in the second round.
Jesus Sicilia on the pole position yet again with a very fast lap time with David Perez alongside him in the front row. Second row for Manu Rey and Jonathan Alvarez. They were main characters in the first race. They are going to be also in the second one. Victor Lobato and the great surprise of this qualifying session, Aitor Cagide, a new driver that has put himself into the third row. Adrián Baeza and Juanma Frias on row 4. Another great performance from another rookie, in this case Frias. And completing the top 10 on row number 5, there is Juan José Sánchez and Victor de la Fuente. Some big names outside the top 10, especially José Manuel Sicilia. And I think this is definitely a change from what we see in the first race. New dynamics going on with Aitor and Juan up there, and let's see how that battle between David, Manu, and Jonathan will go ahead, and if some of them or any of them will be able to actually pass Jesus Sicilia during that first lap.
Victor Lobato is doing a lot to become the wild factor in the top 5. Let's see what happens with Victor in this second round. Let's see if he gets luckier than he was in the first one. Already drivers moving in the back of the pack as well. We can see all of the marks from the start of all of those BMW M4s moving. Let's see how we're doing in the front, because we already have a pack stuck in there.
Yeah, 45 drivers at the start of this event is going to be a difficult start.
Oh my God, what a line of drivers, what a double line of drivers. There we go with Jesus Sicilia again in front, making a little bit of a gap. David Perez and Manu Rey Largo fighting for the second position already at the start, as well as Jonathan Alvarez, Victor Lobato.
Very good start for him, not as good as the first one, but I think Manu is going to take second from David. And yep, there he goes again. Great start for Manu Rey that put second, but now David is trying to get back at him.
Jonathan Alvarez taking the position from Aitor as well. Aitor really impressive at the start, maintaining himself alive in that very complicated situation we just witnessed. Manu Rey Largo with kinetic bike Windstream, the number 2 in front of David Perez. David Perez maintaining himself very near to Jonathan Alvarez. Jonathan Alvarez almost making the move.
And so far, a much cleaner start than the first one. Not a bit, at least so far. We have to see what happens when they reach Casio for the first time. But I don't think I've seen too many contacts back the field, at least from what we have gathered on camera on the gaps. Also, I think there's only one driver that has not registered a lap time going by the first section. So that's something to say. And now it looks like Sicilia is trying ahead again to make this gap work from lap number 1.
Yeah, already working it, already stretching it. Is Jesus Sicilia and Victor Lobato staying in the middle of it, also maintaining himself composed, as well as David Perez, Manu Rey Largo, Jonathan Alvarez. All of those cars chasing the heart-to-heart international car from Jesus Sicilia. Manu Rey Largo with kinetic bike Windstream. David Perez with Alca Products. Jonathan Alvarez in the center of the camera right now with Maybe Motion Pictures, the number 34 chasing. All of them going through the outer side of that R130. Very dangerous move always to do as you step in the AstroTurf.
And so far, we have a few drivers that are already out of the event. I think 5 of them are out. We haven't seen if it was because of something that happened on the racetrack or just because of individual. Oh yeah, a double crash at the entry of pit lane.
There you go. Bad crash there. Luis Santos having to stop hard. I don't know if is Nacho Limorti the one that almost went in the pit lane after the crash. I don't know what exactly happened there, but it was a dramatic situation for the group. It seems that they go through.
So we know what happened with two of them at least. The issue they had that put them out of the event, and there were also very few drivers that also gone out. But I wonder that maybe that happened because of individual offs on that lap one, or maybe another type of contact. But anyway, we have the back much more bunched up because obviously of the lack of that big crash that we had in the first race. Enrique Polonio right now traveling outside the top 20 in this pursuing pack that is trying to get closer to the top 15. And let's see what Manu Rey does now. He didn't really have the pace on race number one to get close to Sicilia. Maybe the history will change, but it is very difficult to battle Sicilia.
Well, one thing I can tell you for sure, he's having a great motivator behind him, is David Perez. I'm sure that, as we saw in the first session, it's going to be interesting to see what David does to overtake Manu Rey Largo and improve that speed, because I think that's going to happen relatively soon. Let's see.
He's gonna try maybe on the outside. I think he's thinking about it. He's closed the gap. Good positioning by Manu Rey. He's trying to take the slipstream away from his competitor, and in the Casio corner it's going to have a difficult time. He doesn't try. It's too early to actually pull the move down there. You're gonna have a lot of opportunities. It doesn't look like Manu has the greatest space in the world right now, but he's actually been able to break away from Aitor in 5th place, who is actually just making life very difficult for Victor Lobato.
Everyone going out of the Cassi Triangle through the middle of the track, spanning themselves to the outer side of the finish line. On this straight, we see Marcos Calvo, one of the cleanest racers in Sebring, one of the most complicated races to be clean was Marcos Calvo. 0 incidents he had, so something to be highlighted from that Healthy Nails RX driver. Marcos Calvo number 1, and Josh Arnohi again going at it, the number 7 with the Link Lonely CPA, as well as Fernando Garcia number 21 with that EMS first responders car, being chased by Lucas Unil with Galindo's Gardens. Beñat Artano, the second car of Red Rock Chocolate Factory, number 39, as well, in the middle of a mixture of fights that we have all around those second and third sectors. David Perez closing in the gap with Manu Rey Largo, and it was like this the last lap. I don't know if this is going to continue, but it seems that Manu is defending himself very well.
Yeah, we know that Victor de la Fuente is out of the picture on this battle. That was a battle for third. This is a battle for second, which is involving two of those players in that situation. Now with Manu Rey, who had a very easy, a very quiet race a few minutes ago, and now he is gonna have to get his battling grips, at least to hold on to that second place.
Native Health Matters going for the top 5. Aitor Caguida in front of him, the APL car in front of him, American Patriot League in front of Native Health Matters, the number 27, Victor Lobato, trying to make the overtake as soon as possible. Aitor Caguida with a 50, and we have a fight in front of the pack, a big one, and I don't know what was going on in there.
I do think that Manu was playing very hard there. He actually was pulling David Perez into the inside of the racetrack. That reminded me a lot of that famous Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello incident in Formula 1 a decade ago. And even when they had that first contact, he went back at him again when they were reaching the apex of the corner, so that was a very dangerous move. At least it looked like it. Probably the stewards are going to have a hard look at it, but it looks suspicious at best.
Tough and twitchy is that moment in front of the cameras between Manu Rey Largo and David Perez. David Perez right now chasing Jonathan Alvarez. Jonathan Alvarez trying to recover distance from himself, and Manu with Kinetic Bike Windstream, the number 2, being able to stay in front of David Perez, the number 19, and Jonathan Alvarez, the number 34, with Maven Motion Pictures in the middle of the two. And you don't want to be in the middle of these two, I think.
No, you don't. Especially with how incensed is going to be Jonathan after that move. And David, indeed. I think David was the one that was blocked, not Jonathan. But yeah, they don't want to be in that position because you're prone to things like that happening. The driver behind of you just trying to upset your race line and looking for a place to go, a gap.
Must remind all of our viewers that if you are enjoying the races and the fight that we have ongoing right now, you can visit allgratefulhearts.org to donate to all the great causes that the association has ongoing. So please check them out. And make sure also to check the raffles that we let you participate on the GHA jackpot that we will have on the third round today. 30 minutes of racing that we will have on the last round of racing. We are watching right now the second round of racing today. We still have the third practice session and the third qualifying session before the third and last 30-minute grand race session. It's going to be greatly interesting to see how all of our drivers deal with the pace that they have to deal with in that 30-minute session and the fuel as well, which I think is going to lead to a lot of shuffling between positions in for all of the drivers. I don't know how it's going to go, but how you see that going, Adri?
For now the battles are very intense so far, and I think that longer race that we're gonna have later on is going to have very different dynamics because these first ones are sprint races in the purest sense of the word, and that you have to put it all in very early and to not lose the opportunity to gain some spots. Right now this battle has kind of cooled off a little bit, especially since Jonathan, I think, defended very well from David on that last lap that we didn't quite saw that defense go in turn number 1 and 2, but things will probably heat up again, especially because if they keep on battling, Aitor Garrida and Victor Lobato are going to reach them, and that three-way fight will become a five-way fight, and that could be very explosive for the final few minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure that as we reach the cold stages of autumn here in Spain, this is gonna heat up a little bit. We have a great compositions of fights in the track right now. Juan Mafia Gamez surprising the whole group, the number 40 being able to start in the top 10 right now, 7th with the Ultimus Esports car, and Jesus Sicilia is still in front with the Heart-to-Heart International BMW M4 GT3, the number 8, making it possible again for them.
Very easy race for him, actually going through the bases, through the motions of the car. He understands very well what a race car needs to do in this kind of environments, and especially Suzuka, which is a track that I think probably suits him the best out of everyone on the grid. And we have to remember, for people that might not be familiar with who Jesus Sicilia is or his background, we're talking about one of the most storied drivers and sim racers in the history of Spain. Someone that has been for a lot of years, that has a lot of experience, that has won championships, very prestigious championships. And he's actually tested a real-life open-wheel car. He tested a few years ago a Formula 3 car, so he actually knows what it's like when you put your neck out for real, when it counts the most. So he probably has that respect earned from all his competitors, and he also has the level and the talent to put it on display in situations like this.
For sure, recognized all over the scene is Jesus Sicilia. And as we get to the 3-minute barrier, 3 minutes to get to the end of the second session of racing, we can see the number 44 Gerard Sardeni with the Black Line Trailers, the second car from Black Line Trailers, chasing that Arca Products car in front of him.
Yep, that's a very solid result for Sardeni, P12. He was at the top 10 at some point. He's been shuffled back by De La Fuente and Jose Manuel Sicilia, as also De La Fuente actually making his way up the grid again after a confusing start from him. But as I said, a very solid result for Sardeni, his first event of the championship, as we see a pass being completed, I think, for second. Oh, the catch!
bad touch there between Victor Lobato and Aitor Garide. I don't know what exactly happened there, but that's going to be some works for the stewards.
I'd love to see that again, but I probably it looked to me like a racing incident in that the two of them, that it really looks like it. They were converging in battle for that fifth place, and they just touched, and I thought it was the loser on that scuffle.
Yeah, for sure he didn't get the best part of the situation, and Victor Lobato gets to stay in front of him. Let's see if Aitor gets to recover, because Juanma Frias, the number 40, was very near to him. Let's see what happens in front already. The fight getting closer together between these three gentlemen. We have in front of us right now Manu Rayo Largo, Jonathan Alvarez and David Perez, Kinetic by Windstream, Maven Motion Pictures and Alka Products. The number 2, the number 34, and the number 19.
And Aitor has rejoined, I think, in 10th place. There was a gap between 10th and 11th from earlier, and I think he's taken that gap in between, so he doesn't lose that top 10 placing. Of course, it's a shame for him because he was doing a very good race in the top 5, but still, all is not lost for him, at least. And now we see what will happen with Jonathan Alvarez and Manu Ray, because I think the 34 is ready to launch and attack again.
Interesting situation in front of us. The number 2, Manu Rayo Largo, with Kinetic by Windstream being able to stay in front of Jonathan Alvarez and David Perez, chasing right now, going as fast as they can through the R130, approaching the Casio Triangle and going through it. The Maven Motion Pictures of Jonathan Alvarez in the middle of the 3. And
he may not have a lot of opportunities. I think we might be on the last lap.
Yeah, this is going to be the last one for them.
So I know that he puts 2 to go, but if it happens the same it happens earlier, probably this will be the last opportunity that Jonathan will have to actually make his way onto second place, and he's going to have to think it through very well.
I'm quite sure it's going to be that way. Jesus Sicilia already taking advantage of those more than 10 seconds of distance that he has right now updated. The clock was between 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds that we have right now. It's oscillating. We have the clock right now. I'm not gonna follow the clock too much, but we can see the fight, and that's very evident what's happening right now between these 3 gentlemen. The number 2, Manu Rayo Largo, in front with Kinetic by Windstream being chased by the Maven Motion Pictures car of Jonathan Alvarez, and there we go with the nose of David Perez entering the action from the side. The number 19 with Alka Products being able to show his car to Jonathan Alvarez from the inside. Jesus Sicilia with a great advantage, I'd say.
Putting the bumper up there, he was not very impressed, but that battle is actually getting very, very intense right now, and he's defending with everything he has.
It's going to be fireworks in this R130. Let's see. David Perez on the right. Jonathan Alvarez on the left.
Yep.
He does it. He does it. The number 19 in front, being able to overtake the number 34. The Maven Motion Pictures car of Jonathan Alvarez is going to finish 4th at the end. David Perez being able to make the overtake in that R130. Great move by David Perez.
And I don't know if the race is actually ended. I'm not completely sure. We'll have to see what Sicilia is doing, but it is. So Sicilia is again the race winner, and that was a very slick final pass. I'm not sure if there is going to be any complaint, because it looked like David Perez had gone out of the racetrack while completing the pass. Actually, Jonathan left the throttle open for that final event. He left the throttle, so to say. So probably he has some complaint to make about that final move, but then again, a very, very brave situation for him.
It's possible, it's possible. But as we analyze all that, we are going to do a quick break, and we will be right back with the third round of practice qualifying and races for all of you. I hope you are enjoying. Love to you all, and see you right away.